We're here to talk about how to play the trumpet. We're going to start with how to take the trumpet out, put it together, and oil the valves. And then we're going to also talk about how to make your first sounds and put away the instrument. So first what you want to do is set your instrument on a flat surface, whether it's the ground, your lap, or a table, and we want to open it up. So we unlatch the case, flip it open. If you look inside the case, you should see that your instrument is all in one piece with a mouthpiece in a separate spot. The first thing we want to grab is the main body of the instrument, the trumpet, and set that down on a table. Then, to start out with, we'll grab the valve oil. Valve oil should be in a bottle. It might look like this. It might be a little different. And open it up. And on your trumpet, there's 3 valves. On each of these valves at the top, there's a place you can unscrew. So find one of the valves and unscrew it. And then you'll also need a soft cloth. I use a piece of a t-shirt that I cut up. So you might need to ask a parent for an old t-shirt or something like that that you can cut a piece of. And then take this valve, pull it all the way out, and with that t-shirt, wipe it off. Gently wipe off any extra oil, old oil, or any dirt that may have gotten on there. Clean it off. And then set it gently back in the instrument so that part of it is still sticking out. We want to be able to see this silver part with the holes in it. Take the valve oil, and we want to drop just a couple drops of oil on that silver part right there. 2 or 3 drops should do it. And then slide it back in. If it moves up and down easily, you're done with that part. But if it's a little stiff, then you might want to put 1 more drop of oil on it. And then put it in. Tighten it back up. And then gently grab the top of the valve and turn it until you hear a click. That click means that it's lined up and it's ready to play. Repeat that with each of the valves, and then you are ready to start with the trumpet. Grab your mouthpiece out of the case. Put it in the end of the trumpet. Give it a slight turn. Don't push it in too hard or it might get stuck. If it does get stuck in there, try to grab it with one hand and pull it out. If you can't get it with just your hand, then you need to bring it into your band teacher or a music store and they'll be able to pull it out with a special tool. All right, we're ready to try making some sound. So we'll put away our valve oil. Make sure that the lid goes on it all the way. Put it back in your case. Put the cloth back in the case. And we're going to pull out one piece of the trumpet to make our first sound. So find this curve that's very close to the bell and pull it out. Should come out rather easily. If it's really hard, wait and talk to your band director about that. Set that on the table, and now we're ready to make our first sound as soon as we figure out how to hold this thing. Take your left hand and put it like you're going to hold a can, right, in a C shape. Put it around this valve cluster right here. The thumb goes in the little V shape, and the fingers wrap around. Whichever finger is comfortable to put in the ring, you can put in there. I put in my second finger. So I'm holding it with that hand. Now my right hand goes with the finger on top of this C shape. The other fingers go on top of the 3 buttons, and my thumb just rests under the pipe. All right, now I'm ready to make my sound. Put your lips in an M shape. Like you're saying, straight down. And you put the mouthpiece gently on your lips, not pushing very hard, just enough to make a seal. Breathe deeply and play. You'll feel your lips vibrating together a little bit. It might be a little tingly, but that'll go away. After you've done that a few times, let's try with the whole instrument. So we grab the tuning slide that we took out earlier, and we gently put it back in the instrument. If it goes in very difficultly, you just have to wiggle it a little bit. Try very carefully not to bend it, because that can bend. And we grab it again, make that sound. You'll either get that high sound or you may get a low sound out of it. Now that we've made a few sounds, we're ready to put our instrument away. The first thing we want to do is empty it of any extra water that's built up inside the instrument. You'll see at the end here a spit valve or a water key. And so what we want to do is find a trash can or a safe place to blow this water. And then, so you take and push this button. Some of you may have a trigger instead of a button. And then you simply blow, and a little bit of water may come out. We want to do that before we put our instrument away. If you find out that this water key is at the top, that means you put your tuning slide in upside down. So make sure the water key always is at the bottom when you do that. All right, let's put it back in the case. First, we take the mouthpiece off. Just turn it a little bit, and it should come right out. Set that back in the case. Set the trumpet gently back in. It only goes in the case one direction, so make sure you've got that. Close it. Latch it. Put it in a safe place, and you're ready for your next practice session.